I think he'll go on to have a really top career. He's still young.
Yeah.
Thought nothing of it. So we've gone into the team meeting. Obviously, it's serious day before a game. You know, he's come in. He's holding a chihuahua in his hand, in his arm, with a pink lead. So I think, what's going on here? And he's just stood there like that, thinking, what are you doing? At Millwall as well. That's a place you don't really.
You don't do that. I've been there a couple of times. So, welcome back to Life for Kitman. New series, new season, new layout, new setup, new everything this year. We've changed it all up a bit. You might have seen we released yesterday some bonus content with Grant where we were playing on our new pool table supplied by Riley. And this is the main pod. In every home game, we're going to have a guest in. Jonah's here. You alright, Jonah?
I'm always here. Yeah, I'm good.
Jonah's
ready
here.
To go, yeah.
Decent. And obviously we've got Grant with us. Welcome to the pod, Grant.
Pleasure to be on. Thank you for having me.
Decent.
Straight into the 5-a-side.
Yeah.
Straight in?
Yeah, straight in.
That's one thing that will remain the same.
Oh,
straight into the 5-a.
Oh, slightly different this year though. We're not just going with players you played with. We're going with players you played with or against.
Yeah.
To give even more conversation.
That wasn't even our choice, was it?
That was just Grant decided.
And now we're just going to do it.
Yeah, I think
it's
that's
a good idea.
Better option, to be fair. Right, so goalkeeper, I'm going to go Victor Johansson. I'll tell you why.
Staying with that formation.
I'll explain why after.
Sticking with a 1-2-1 or are you...
Yeah, I'm staying with 1-2-1. So one defender, two midfielders, one striker. Centre back, Lewis Dunk.
Nice.
Right, a lot of flair in this midfield pair.
Come on.
So we've got lad I played with at QPR, Ebereche Eze. I hope I've spelled his name right.
I've got a mate who's a QPR fan actually, and he gave me a couple of shirts once to print Eze on the back of.
Yeah, so he was a big hit at QPR. This one, don't need to say anything.
Apologies, by the way, someone's just started hoovering the room next door.
Hoovering next door.
Talk of time in, it's just, so, sorry about that.
Oh, I spelled his name wrong now. That's supposed to be a U.
Yeah,
Kevin De Bruyne. Everyone can see that anyway, can't they?
For sure.
And this man as well. England's all-time leading top scorer, Harry Kane.
17.
Yeah, 17 that.
So, yeah,
Probably could be up there, couldn't it? Well,
Well,
definitely up there this
it's a good
year.
team.
He only won, but
Yeah, he's the best one so far.
It's got a bit of everything.
no, even in general, since
Where
we
we
started,
start?
it could be up there.
So we'll start from keeper. So Victor Johansson, I played with recently at Rotherham actually.
Right.
Played with him for 2 seasons, but one of the best shot stoppers I've ever seen in my time in football.
Really?
Playing with and against, like he was unbelievable. Some of the saves I've seen him pull off, like ridiculous, like in games. And to be fair, obviously at Rotherham it was tough last season. You know, he was got relegated. And to be honest, the amount of saves he had to make in games was like it was too much. But he's unbelievable, and he's got to move to Stoke off the back of his performances. So, and he's such a lovely lad as well. You know, great guy. So so I got on really well with him, and he's a top keeper, and he's still young as well. I think he's only maybe 25, 26, which is young for a keeper. So I think he can still go again. Yeah. Lewis Dunk, obviously, England international, been at Brighton his whole career. So I played with him when I came through the ranks at Brighton with him as well. So I played a lot with him when I was younger through the youth teams and stuff, and made my debut at Brighton as well as a professional. So obviously he's gone on to be a top player.
Had an unbelievable career.
Yeah, had a really good career. You know, one-man club, which is unheard of really these days. You know,
I'll tell you what they could do next door is make a bit more noise. You're hoovering the floor and all I can hear is bang bang.
Done that on purpose just to ditch you up, isn't
I can't believe the timing of that, but anyway.
This man needs no introduction, obviously Kevin De Bruyne. So I played, actually last time I was at Swindon, my first loan, so this would have been 10, 11 years ago now. So he played for Chelsea at the time.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't as good as he is now. Obviously, then he didn't pull any trees up in
There
the
was that
game.
interview, wasn't there?
But
Mourinho did
yeah, I
say
think
that,
Mourinho
like,
wanted to get rid of
They
him.
were basically bombing him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he had a
it was
stink
off
of
the
that
back
game.
of that game, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he has to go in because of what he's gone on
Oh,
to
yeah.
achieve in his
Unbelievable,
career. He went to Wolfsburg and obviously tore up there, and then signed for Man City, and the rest is history, as they say. But
Yeah,
Mourinho, didn't like him at the time, and that sort of backfired, didn't it?
I mean, they did have a good team. We'll come on to that in a bit.
They had Mo Salah in that team as well, didn't they?
Mo Salah was in that team. Yeah, they had a good team. There's some, obviously Fernando Torres played up top then, but I've gone for a different man. But we'll get onto that.
Yeah.
This kid will be, in my opinion, the next big thing.
Do you think?
Eberechi Eze,
Yeah.
yes. Obviously gone on to be an England national, was involved in the Euros recently. Some of the things I saw him do in training, I've never seen before. He's outrageous skills. Like, he played with no fear. What I love about him is he played with no fear. It was almost like he was having to kick about with his mates every day. So he grew up
It's the
playing.
best way, though, isn't it?
Yeah, so that is the best way, to be fair. He didn't really... He gave the ball away, didn't care, get it, do the same thing again.
Yeah.
But he grew up playing a lot of cage football, five-a-side football with his mates in London. So that was why he's so fearless. But honestly, some of the things I've seen him do in training and in games was outrageous. And obviously he got his move to Palace, and he's been linked with big teams. I saw him linked with Man City recently.
Yeah.
So I think he'll go on to have a really top career, and he's still young.
He had a good chance in the Euros as well, to be fair as well. He come on pretty much majority of the games.
Yeah, and I thought when he come on, he done well, to be fair.
Yeah.
I thought he done well, handled himself well.
Especially with some of the players that England have got at the minute. You look at like Grealish didn't even go.
Yeah.
So
that says it all. Obviously, the manager had a lot of faith in him to take him.
Yeah.
And then this man was England's all-time top scorer. The accolades he's got in his career. Obviously, he's won every Golden Boot there is to win. Unfortunately, he's not had a lot of success, team-wise with trophies and stuff. But I think that's just maybe he's been a bit unlucky, to go to Bayern Munich and not win.
It's quite interesting that you've chosen.
Did you say Kane or Vardy the other day?
Do you know what? I went off. If I was
saying.
going off individual accolades, I'd say Harry Kane and for the career. But I just think if you win the Premier League as a player, you look back on that and you think, I've won the Prem.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I went with Jamie Vardy for that reason. If I'm going off
if
individuals,
you don't know, we did a TikTok last week
yeah,
where we were asking players who's had a better career, Harry Kane or Jamie Vardy. It was a mixed bag, to be honest, but Grant went with Vardy.
Yeah.
For all the reasons he's
And obviously I played with Harry Kane when I was at Tottenham when I was younger. Under 21s with him, and he's always been an unbelievable finisher, always scored goals, but I never thought he'd go on to do what he's done, so fair play to him. But
because they were sending him on loan to like Leighton Orient.
he had a lot of loans. I mean, he went to Leicester and didn't play.
Yeah.
Obviously, him and Vardy, there's a picture of him sat on the bench together.
On the bench together.
Yeah, so but yeah, I think he just needs to get a few trophies in his cabinet, and I think that's the only thing really you could question. But his individual accolades, his goal scoring record is outrageous. I would have liked to see him stay in the Prem to see if he could have beaten Alan Shearer's record.
Yeah.
There's no reason why he can't go back and try, but I think going to Bayern Munich, he thought he was guaranteed to win a
Get a
trophy.
trophy.
Literally the 1 year that
What's happened?
they didn't have a season as good as they have done.
Yeah, he must just feel so unlucky at this
But he's
point.
broken every goal scoring record.
Yeah,
And still hasn't won a
when
trophy.
you look at individual records, it's up there, isn't they, in the last sort of 20 years.
Oh yeah,
He's the goal. I know Vardy has had golden boots as well, but he's had a good number of golden boots.
yeah. If you're going off individual accolades,
And the England top goal scorer and stuff like that.
he's got more accolades than Vardy, but I went for Vardy just for the fact that he's won the Premier League, which is a massive achievement.
Yeah,
For sure. Two more bits. Gaffer. What are we saying?
Neil Warnock.
Neil Warnock.
Neil Warnock. I don't know if that needs explaining. Everyone knows him.
Absolutely brilliant.
But no, I think what you see is what you get. How he is on camera is how he is day to day, and he's just such a character.
I've listened to him on a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
And it just comes across exactly as you expect.
It's just how he is. He's unbelievable. And the best thing about him, which I think is probably, it should be the easiest, but it's not in football, is his man management of each individual player.
Yeah.
I think when you look at it, it should probably be the easiest part of football. But a lot of managers struggle with that side of things.
Of course.
And he's got it to a T. Like, he just knew your experienced lads, he knew how to look after them, younger lads, he put an arm around them if they needed it. He just, with each individual player, he was just exceptional. Like, and he's just such a character as well. Like, I loved him. I think he's unbelievable. But an honourable mention as well to Mark Warburton, who I had at QPR.
Yeah.
So he was I thought he's a really top coach and top manager. To be fair, you know, the training sessions we did, everything, the detail he went into, I really got on well with him, and I thought he was a really good manager as well. So I mentioned to him.
And as we're a kit podcast,
Kit you playing? If you had to choose
kit
one
your
from
team.
your career.
Oh, that's a tough one. Do you know what I'm going to go with? So I was at QPR and we had an anniversary kit.
Okay.
Right, so it was a one-off. We wore it once and that was it.
Yeah.
But it was literally all white.
Okay.
Like completely white. I don't know if you remember it. I've got a picture of me
So
actually.
like Arsenal did one where it was all white as well.
Yeah.
I've
didn't
got a
they?
picture of me in it. I think it's on my Instagram or something. You'll see it. But it's literally all white socks, white shorts. But I don't know what it was about it. I just loved it. But we only got to wear it
Kitman
once. I think it's because of the fact we
Kitman
wore
he
it.
didn't have to wear it again.
Yeah,
no.
he never had to wash it, did he?
I think it's because of the fact we wore it once. And it's sort of like, if I'd have worn it, you know, every away game, probably wouldn't have liked it.
Here's a question then. So, the game that you wore it, what was the score in that game?
We beat Cardiff
See?
2-1.
So you're one in it.
Yeah,
If
we
you had
won
lost
in it.
in it, would you feel the same way about the kit?
Maybe not. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe not.
So
we won in it. Yeah, I think we went 1-0 down. Sol Bamba scored a header. I remember that. And then I'm pretty sure we won 2-1. Second half comeback.
But we had that all black kit a few years back, didn't we? And every time we signed a player, they come in there like, I love that kit. And even the players that played in it, they loved it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of all black kits as well.
Yeah.
Like all black or all white.
But we had a really bad night in it, didn't we? We lost like 4-1.
4-1.
But then
Who
we
scored the goals?
Josh,
Aaron Drynall.
yeah, and Harry Smith.
And Harry Smith.
Yeah, between both.
We lost 4-1 at Orient.
Yeah, and then we beat Hartlepool in it, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh, that was
So it was 1-1. But they all loved that kit. But yeah, maybe it's an all.
What team? What
Yeah, it's a
team?
good
Love
team.
it. Great gaffer
Yeah.
and everything else.
I've actually got a couple of stories about it for managers if you want to get onto that. If you
Well,
want
yeah,
to speak about that. So
Let's
I'm sure
go
you want a
straight on
couple of
that.
stories.
Should we do
Yeah, we
that?
might as well go on that then.
Yeah. So I had Ian Holloway at QPR.
Okay, this is going to be good.
From up this way, so everyone knows him. So literally, we've got a team meeting. It's on a Friday, I think, day before a game. And like you can hear this dog barking. So like in QPR's training grounds, it was the old training grounds. You had the change rooms were at the far end, and then the offices were the other end. So I'm walking down the physio room, and I can hear barking from a dog. I'm thinking, like one of the lads has brought their dog in or something, with someone to look after. Thought nothing of it. So we've gone into the team meeting. Obviously, it's serious day before a game. You know, he's come in. He's holding a chihuahua in his hand, in his arm, with a pink lead. So I think, what's going on here?
No.
I swear to you, he's walked in, he's taken the team meeting, holding his dog. And we're all just sitting there like, is he serious here?
Trying not to laugh.
Yeah, trying not to like, what's going on here? And he's got the dog's yapping as well while he's trying to do his team talk.
Lads are trying to focus on.
We're trying to watch clips and you've got the dog yapping. It's like, so like, I thought that's unbelievable. But he was such a character as well. Like similar to Neil Warnock in like just stories and stories. There's another one as well. So we've got Millwall away, league game. So obviously local London derby.
Yeah.
He was manager of Millwall. So he's gone to us before we've gotten the coach to go to the ground. He's gone, lads, whatever you do, don't provoke the fans when you get there. Just keep your head down, get off the coach. Don't provoke them. So yeah, fine. So we've got there. He's at the front of the coach. He's the first one to step off. We've looked out of the coach window. He's standing there with his arms like this, just looking at the fans. And we're all like, what are you doing? So the fans, obviously, like, if there's full riot has kicked off, they're throwing bottles at the coach. They're trying to hit him with bottles. There's flares going off. We think 10 minutes earlier, he told us not to provoke him, and he's just gone, just stood there like that, thinking, "What are you doing?" At Millwall as well. That's a place you don't really.
You don't do that. I've been there a couple of times.
Yes, it's a very hostile ground now with the fans. It's a place you don't want to be doing that.
No, just go there, keep your head down, get the job done. And
Yes, so none of the lads wanted to get off the bus. So we were all sat there thinking, we're not getting off the coach here, and he stood there like. How he didn't get hit by a bottle that was flying through the air, I do not know.
He walked in and just left you lot there.
Yeah. He's walked in and we're all stuck on the bus thinking, do we go? Do we stay here?
So on the first story there, did he explain why he had the chihuahua, or did he? There was no explanation. He just did the meeting and then just walks up there.
He's literally like, no warning. We've heard a dog barking and we think, oh, it's one of the lads. Like, they've had to bring it in, and he just walked in with a chihuahua on his arm.
And then the meeting
with a pink lead as well.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, why has the dog got a pink lead on?
Meeting's just ended and then that's it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a serious team meeting as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Day before a game.
Okay, so what did he do with the dog when you went out to training?
Don't know. Probably just let it loose in the office, I'd imagine. I don't know.
Just locked it in the office and let it go mad.
Yeah, he had a microphone out at training, a megaphone. So he had a megaphone out training when he was doing 11 months as well. See, but he's shouting into a megaphone.
Oh,
You don't need to shout into a megaphone.
No,
that's the whole point, isn't it?
yeah.
So he brought it out and he's shouting into a megaphone.
I mean, it sounds incredible.
Just a proper character.
We haven't really seen anything like that, have we?
No.
Not really.
We had a few like weird like superstition stuff, managers and stuff like that, but nothing on the scale of that.
There was like stories day in, day out of him. It was just like relentless. But he was hilarious.
The only thing really, John Sheridan, when he was there,
Yeah.
every day, training would be going on, he'd want to have a game of foot golf for me and him. So we'd just pick a line, kick the ball to the thing.
Yeah.
He couldn't lose. Like, he literally was like, oh, if you beat him, no, I beat you.
So he fixed the game, yeah.
Yeah. But he was incredible at it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. And then at the end of the week, he'd be like, oh, whoever's lost, you can go and buy the fish and chips. And we were like, sorry?
No, but then he just.
And then he'd just give you the money to go and get them.
Yeah.
Like, it was mad. Monday to Friday, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
When the games come around, we were not great.
Rubbish,
but
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was a different.
Monday to Friday,
different, weird, different thing. But
Especially
during the week,
just football's a crazy environment. Like the characters you come across, it's just mad. The players like had Jamie Mackey at QPR.
yeah, what's he like?
Great lad, got on really well with him, but absolute off his head. Like just some of the things he did. It was just like I can't even say something on camera.
Yeah,
it's
of
just
course.
like I can't go into details, but he was part of that sort of old school era, which I think is a little bit of a dying breed now.
Yeah.
You know, the game's changed and you don't really get them characters anymore. But he was just hilarious. Like he pranks every day. He called himself Touch Tackle.
Like self-touch tackle.
Yeah, so
that's incredible.
He's had a great career, Jamie Mackey, but
Yeah.
I think he'd be honest in saying ability-wise, he wasn't the greatest technician in the world.
Yeah.
But he used to hammer himself. He'd say, "I'll touch tackle."
It's the best way, though, isn't it? He does that.
But he'd run through a brick wall. But he's a great lad. God, yeah, he was a great lad.
Yeah.
Love it. Should we talk a bit about your career?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously, you're 32 now.
Yes, well, nearly 33. Yeah, God, getting on.
Obviously, had a good career, which we'll come on to in a minute. But where did it all sort of start for you? Like from a young age, when did you start playing football?
I think I started playing when I was around 7. I think my first team was a team called Hove Rivervale, local team.
Yeah.
So I played a couple of years above me actually. So I think I was 7 playing under 9s. I think.
Were you big at the time, right?
No, I was tiny when I was younger.
So you just started playing. You were really good.
Yeah, I just didn't. I didn't really start growing until I was 16.
Really?
Later in my career, I was really small. But I actually started as a centre forward, which is bizarre. So I've literally just gone further back and back and back. So. And then I was centre mid, and then I played right back, and then centre back, which I found my niche there.
Yeah,
that was my position. But yeah, I started playing when I was 7. Yeah.
Wow. So when did you sort of get picked up? What age were you?
I think Brighton wanted to take me when I was 10 or 11, but my dad thought it was a little bit too soon. Yeah. So I was enjoying my football, playing locally and stuff, and with my mates, and he thought it was a little bit too soon for me. Yeah. And then a year later, Brighton came in again, and so I signed for them when I was 12. That was when I signed for Brighton. Yeah.
And you were there until
16, so I didn't actually get a scholarship there. And then I ended up signing for Lewis, who were Conference Prem at the time, the first team, to play for the youth team there, and then made my debut for the first team when I was 16, so playing Conference Prem, which was
not bad, yeah.
16, it was decent at 16. It was obviously my first introduction into men's football, really, and that I was sort of quite shy as a kid, not really that confident. Sort of played within myself when I was at Brighton when I was younger, so I sort of knew it was coming that I wasn't going to get a scholarship at Brighton, even though it was sort of obviously hard to hear as well, because you want to be a footballer, but I knew it was coming. But when I went to Lewis, I completely changed, as a person. They the coaches there at the time helped me come out myself, got more confidence, was playing with experienced players. Danny Cullip was there at the time, obviously had a good career for Brighton and Sheffield United and teams like that. There was a lad called Anthony Barnes as well, who played in the Prem for Bolton. Yeah. Charlton, I believe he played for as well. So they really helped me sort of come out of myself and just You know, because I always played within myself when I was younger. Like I knew I was capable.
Yeah.
But I sort of just did enough. You know, I didn't really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really express myself enough when I was younger.
So
then,
fast forward a little bit. Like, obviously you came here on loan.
Yeah.
Like first time around.
Yep.
And that was from Tottenham.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Same time as like a Ryan Mason and.
Yeah.
So you're at Tottenham.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing, what were you, 21s?
Yeah, under 21s at the time. Yeah.
And then you come to League. What were we then?
League One. Yeah.
We were League One then.
Yeah.
First loan, wasn't it?
And you're in and you're playing. How quickly or slowly, or how long does it take to get up to speed with what actual League One, that level of professional football?
It was a lot tougher than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Because I was so used to playing 21s football, and obviously our team for Tottenham was really, really good team.
Yeah,
like we had top players that have
Yeah.
gone on to have really good careers as well. So we sort of, winning week in, week out, it came easy to us really in that team. But sort of you playing against lads that are developing at the same speed as you, so like everyone's sort of similar sizes, same age.
Yeah.
So I came into Swindon and I'm playing against Akin Fenwa. And like Callum Wilson was at Coventry at the time.
Yeah.
Like players like Leon Clark, who was at Coventry, and
Yeah.
like just physical players, and
League
like,
One was
I
good,
wasn't
to be
used
fair,
to
like
it. Yeah, so it was a real eye opener to me, to be fair. 'Cause, obviously when you're at academy clubs, it's all about technical stuff and being good on the ball and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The other side of the game, you have to learn. You sort of have to just get thrown in.
And the 3 points is massive, isn't
And
it?
it's huge, yeah.
Obviously, you want to win when you're in an academy. But
yeah, of course, but it's all about development.
Yeah.
So it's not the be all and end all. Whereas when you come into an environment,
did you notice that was different?
yeah, it was completely different. And to be honest, I actually, it was a blessing, to be honest, but it was difficult for me. I admit I struggled a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was a bit inconsistent with my performances. Some games I felt I played really well, other games not great. And
It's the whole point of a loan, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, but it was tough, and I think I needed that, to be honest. It was sort of an eye-opener for me. Like, if I want to play at a good level, I need to be, working on these things and, my physical side of the game and stuff like that. But you only really get that with experience as well. I think the more you play and be thrown into them scenarios, the better you get.
We had a good year though, to be fair, didn't we? I think we come 8th.
Yeah, I think it was 8th.
We
Yeah.
obviously played Chelsea in the League Cup.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And you must have had a good year. 'Cause next year you went on loan to Birmingham, didn't you?
Yeah, no, it was
So
a good year. We
obviously-
had some really good players there as well. And,
Yeah.
obviously, like your Ryan Masons, Alex Pritchards, Massimo Luongos, etc. I could
It's a
go
good
on.
team, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a really good team, but the league was strong at the time as well.
Yeah.
You had Brentford in the league, you had Wolves, teams like that.
And Brentford were just starting to
and
really
then,
kick in.
And then obviously they're big clubs now. Do you know what I mean? They're both in the Prem. So no, it was tough, but it was a good learning experience for me. Really good.
So yeah, you went to Birmingham the next year.
Yeah.
How did you find the step up from League One to the Champ? Because obviously the step now between each league's massive, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So how did you find stepping up? Obviously a level then.
I think when you go up with levels, I think you just get more technically gifted players.
Yeah.
So you go from the leagues, a lot lower leagues is physicality, physical presence. You're playing against strong players.
Yeah.
When you go up the leagues, you're playing against clever players who are technically very good. Smart, clever movements.
Make good decisions.
Yeah, mate. That's probably the biggest, I think, decision making a lot of the time. So I think 9 times out of 10, those players make the right decisions at the right times. And it's rare that you come across players that are playing at that level that aren't decent players. You're playing at that level for a reason.
Yeah.
So it was it was good. These are all experiences for me being a young lad as well. That sort of showed me where I needed to get to as well.
Yeah. And obviously you spent the majority of your career at QPR.
Yep.
Are there any sort of highlights from your time there that you look back on, like moments or?
Probably my first season there. Actually, I got player of the season. My first season. But just like hit the ground running straight away. So.
Just to think that at 16, Brighton didn't want to give you a scholarship.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, you're winning Player of the Year.
Yeah. And I went back and made my debut as a professional at Brighton, which is mad.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, my professional debut was at Brighton. So it's was like full circle. Yeah, it was weird because like normally it's a bit unheard of. You know, if you're released from a club, you don't sort of go back to the same club.
Yeah.
You know, a year or two later, it doesn't really happen. But
usually go somewhere else and then play them a few years later and prove a point, sort of thing.
Yeah, and to be fair, I'm thankful that I actually went back as well because I had a sour taste in my mouth. So they came back in for me when I was at Lewis, and I actually didn't want to go back because I was really enjoying playing at Lewis.
Yeah.
But I had a talk with my dad, and he said, "Look, this opportunity might not come again.
It's a way in.
You know, like this, you either take it or you leave it, and you go down another path potentially." So obviously, after I'd thought about it, I thought, you know, he's right. And if I want to be a footballer, this is an opportunity that I have to go and take and see where it takes me. And thankfully, I've never looked back since then.
Yeah.
And Player of the Year in the Champ.
Yeah, first season got Player of the Year at QPR, and it's just.
Who else was in that team?
Chaz was there.
Yeah.
Charlie Austin. So they'd been relegated the season before from the Prem, so they still had a lot of decent players there.
Yeah.
Sandro was there, who played at Tottenham, Brazilian lad.
Yeah.
Matt Phillips, Neda Manua, Clint Hill was there.
I want to say Rio Ferdinand, but
No, he'd left.
He'd
just left. Yeah. So there was still some big hitters there from the Prem. You know, they had good careers.
And you're winning Player of the Season. You've done all right then, haven't you?
Yeah, I've done all right. Yeah.
You've done all right there.
But I think I just really enjoyed that season. You know, every game I just played with confidence and just loved it. Yeah,
good club as well, QPR.
Great club.
Anyone that we speak to that have been there, always says that.
Absolutely love my time.
Come away from there, always got fond.
It's a real family club. What I love about it is Loftus Road as well. Like the stadium.
We went a couple of years ago to watch Chaz, didn't we? And
the fans are right on top of the pitch, and it's a difficult place to go if you're an away team, to be honest. But I've literally not got one bad word to say about that club. I love my time there.
Yeah, and then obviously recently you've been at Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
And then I'm not going to say it because I can't say it, can I?
Rotherham.
I always say it wrong. So.
Can you not say it? Go on, try.
Johnny mugged me off a couple of years ago. I ain't doing it again.
Vardy went home. Then he went
what did I say? What did I say? Rotherham. Yeah, I said Rotherham.
Rotherham.
So yeah, you've been there recently. Obviously, that was a tough year.
Yeah, it was tough. Yeah.
And now full circle, and you're back where you come on loan first. So how did that come about, coming back here?
To be honest, I spoke to Mark, the manager, in the summer, and just I had a few options, but they were up north and stuff, and I've been away from my family for a lot of the time as well. Yeah, I've got 2 young kids. My little girl's 4 and my boy's 2. So for me, I really wanted to be spending more time with them if possible and be closer to home. Because I've been away from them since they were born, really, both of them. So, being at Middlesbrough is the opposite end of the spectrum. So I'm from Brighton, so that's that's a long way, And obviously Rotherham is, that's a long way away as well.
It's not much less, is it?
So there wasn't many opportunities where I could, get home a lot to drive home and spend time with them. Whereas here, it's about 2 hours from home, which is doable for me. Like on days off I can get home and be with the kids. So
and stay up here as well,
That was a big factor for me, number 1. And 2, I just like what the manager had to say, to be honest, like where he saw the club going this season, his aspirations for the club. And it just seemed like the right fit for me at this point, in my career. And I think with the players we've got, and I think hopefully if we make a few more signings, I think you've got a real good team there. That's that can potentially have a good season. You never know. You can't take anything for granted in football. You can't say, we're going to be challenging for promotion. But that's the thing that I want on my CV as well. I'd love to have a promotion. So I'd love to have a run this year with this group of lads, because I think it's a really good group as well. You two can vouch for that.
Definitely.
I've come in, I've slotted in really well, and I've settled straight away.
I think all the new boys have, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think what we haven't had in the last couple of years, we haven't had much experience.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of younger lads, and then maybe 1 or 2 older lads, but not enough. And I think you've got to have a right balance. I know we were speaking to you a couple of weeks ago about having a balance, so I think that should help us. But all the new boys have been spot on, to be fair.
Yeah, I've been brilliant. So I've settled in. They've made me feel welcome as well.
Yeah.
But like you say, I think you need the balance of experience and young lads.
Yeah.
It needs to be a mixture of both. But moving in the right direction. I think hopefully we get a few more in. To help the squad.
Obviously, it's a new league for you to play, and you've obviously done League One and the Champs. So it'd be a different test for you. I mean, I know Chaz when he come and played here the last couple of years, he said it was just completely different.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be interesting for you to see how that is.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, like you say, it's a different challenge for me as
Yeah.
well. You know, so I'm open-minded to what I'm going into. Really,
Yeah.
it's I know it's going to be a lot of physicality in this league. That's going to happen. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I say, I haven't played in this league, so it's new to me. So it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah,
And
so
hopes and aspirations for this season. I mean, we don't do predictions. Everybody knows me and Jonah don't do predictions for games for anything. But you know, we've got hopes and aspirations for the year.
Yeah, of course. Listen, on a personal note for me, obviously, play as many games as possible. I've had a couple of injuries over the last couple of years and been a bit unlucky in that sense. So, the key for me is to stay fit.
Yeah.
So I think when I stay fit, I can contribute a lot to this team.
Yeah.
And on a team level, listen, the sky's the limit. Obviously, we want to aim high, and hopefully, be in the mix for promotion.
Yeah.
That's the goal. You don't want to just be, saying, oh, you want to go mid-table or whatever. I think
you might as well just not
bother.
bother.
Exactly.
Unless you want to go up.
No, exactly. And I think there's a good mix in this team. I think to be at the top end of the table, if I'm honest, and hopefully we can have a good season.
Yeah. As this is a kit podcast, let's talk about some kit related questions. Obviously, you're wearing the Preds at the minute.
Yep.
But you said that you've been wearing Nike your whole career, so
yeah.
What?
So in my early days when I was younger,
Yeah.
I was Predators, the old school Preds,
The old ones, yeah.
the kangaroo leather, unbelievable.
proper, yeah.
And then when I obviously started my career, I've been Nike the whole way through, to be honest.
Was that a sponsorship deal originally, or was it just...
No, so I used to get my boots when I was at QPR. I used to get them sent to me from Nike, but it wasn't a sponsorship deal. It was like just used to get the boots from them. Yeah, like QPR had a deal with the Nike guy there and stuff like that. So, but I've always just liked Nike. I like they're comfortable. Don't have to wear them in, and I've always just been sort of CTRs, Magistas, then onto Tiempos recently.
Yeah.
And they're just comfortable. For me, boots are about being comfortable.
Yeah.
But then Adidas have released sort of the Predators, which look like the old school Predators with a tongue, and I just loved them. They were my favourite boots as a kid, so I thought I'd just give them a try.
Yeah.
And they're not as comfortable as the Nike boots.
Yeah.
Like they probably took me about a week to wear in.
They look good though, don't they?
They look good, yeah. So it's taken about a week to wear in, but I think I'm gonna persevere with them this season for games. Yeah. In training, I still wear my Tiempos because they're just comfortable.
Yeah. Any sort of do you have any sort of superstitions, whether that's a training day, whether that's a match day?
Other than coming in 2 hours before anyone else.
Yeah.
No, I like to come in early. Yeah, I do like to come in early. I like to come in early and just get my pre-act done and all that stuff because I'm getting older now, so I have to loosen up the joints and stuff. But no, I don't really have any mad superstitions, to be honest, before a game.
Nothing you eat like the night before?
No. Is there a routine on a match day? Do you put one boot on before the other or anything?
No, there's no routine in that sense. It's just like my pre-act routine is always the same.
Right.
Whether that's training.
Has that changed as the year's gone on? Or?
Yeah, it has adapted. As I've got older, obviously I've done more of that. I think when you're younger, you can get away with it. I used to be able to go out on training and just start wellying balls about. But now I take pride in my sort of recovery.
Body.
Yeah, the recovery side of things is massive for me. And obviously I've had a few injuries recently as well. So I need to, make sure that that's on point. Recovery stuff and my pre-acts before training. Like I go out and before we're warming up, I'm there stretching and I'm looking at the young lads just smacking balls about, and it's like I remember when that was me. But like nowadays, I just make sure that I'm ready to go basically.
Shinnies, you obviously don't leave them with us, but do you?
No, that's not a superstition thing.
You just keep on.
I just take my own stuff.
But do you have? Have you always worn the same ones, or does it not really?
No, it's changed.
It's
actually changed. Yeah, it's actually changed quite a bit. I'm actually going to try some smaller ones as well, because mine are Nike. They're probably like this big.
Yeah.
But I've seen ones that are like really small, and they're supposed to be really light. So might make me faster. I doubt it, but you never know.
And are we cut socks or long socks?
Cut socks. Always been cut socks. Yeah. Always cut socks.
It's the first year I think where
nobody's
long. I think the first year that we started there was probably 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And then every year it's just
gone down.
And we used to have to cut the socks ourselves.
Yeah.
And obviously the Kitman used to hate that.
Yeah.
But now obviously they can.
They just
come already cut.
which is perfect for us and perfect for you. But
so But yeah, no real superstitions. I mean, I take my own stuff like shinnies and stuff like that, but boots I'll be giving to you when it's match day.
I was going to say.
Well,
training, I just take it myself.
Yeah, you just take it
I
yourself.
just take it myself.
Do you wear boots until they're done, or like we've only seen you wear the one? Well, you've had moles for training, obviously studs for match. But how often do you sort of switch it up and change it?
Until they're done, pretty much.
Really, yeah.
Unless I see a colourway that comes out that I think, oh, they're lovely then.
Yeah.
But I've still got Tiempos that are fresh out of the box that I haven't even worn. So until I get through them, that's me sorted. Yeah.
We've got some lads at the minute where it's just 5 or 6 pairs of boots.
Yeah, I've known lads that bring 6 pairs of boots to a game.
Yeah, we just like, well, what ones do you want? I'm not sure. Like, I might wear these. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Sean McGurk's got about 9 pairs of boots.
Yeah, but what I don't like about that is, me personally, wearing in boots. So if you're getting a new pair every other week, you have to wear them in a bit.
Wearing them in, As you just said, it takes a good week sometimes.
Especially with the new Preds, I'll be honest, they're not that comfortable.
Yeah.
So like, I've had to stretch them myself and stuff like that. But with the Tiempos, I put them on straight away and they fit like a glove and they're soft.
You must know about John Terry.
Yeah, new pair of boots every game, isn't it?
Warm up.
Yeah.
First half, second half, 3 pairs of boots a game.
So that's just...
I don't know how.
That's mad.
I don't know how, because
surely
obviously...
you get blisters all the time.
Listen, it's John Terry, so he probably gets some custom made to his feet and everything from... Was he sponsored by Umbro? Is it Umbro he used to wear?
Could have been.
But he's obviously got them custom made to his fit, so maybe he doesn't have to wear them in. But for me, I could never do that because when I first put on a pair of boots, like the sides of my feet hurt.
Yeah.
And like the underneath, and like I couldn't go through a game like with my feet hurting.
Yeah.
So...
You wear grip socks as well, don't you?
Grip socks, yeah. I like
just on a match day.
Yeah, just for like, especially pre-season as well with a lot of blisters and stuff. But in games, I wear grip socks. But in training, I don't really tend to wear them that often.
Yeah. Fair enough. I think that about sums it up.
Yeah.
It's been great to have you on, Grant. First guest of the season. Just want to say a big thank you to our principal sponsor, Infra3. The guys are coming to watch us record today. So thank you very much for your support again for the 2nd season in a row. So thank you very much. Other than that, I think that about wraps us up. So cheers for coming on. Cheers for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers guys.